Poetry in motion, Sunday poetry in motion. Poetry in motion, Sunday poetry in motion. Poetry in motion, Sunday poetry in motion. Poetry in motion, Sunday poetry in motion.
Hello once again and welcome to Poetry in Motion Sunday. I'm Craig Lewis and you're watching episode 94. As we begin with my first poem, this one's called Still Stands His Dream. Still stands his dream of a house on a hill, where sand machines and the sound of drills failed to exist to disturb one's sleep if he went to bed late. Bricklayers at work on a council estate, he persists with prayers as he counts on his faith like a shepherd does his sheep. To reach his goals may just take a leap. Where the focus goes, the energy flows. When channeled correctly, the remedy's sweet. Aligned like these rhymes that this melody meets. The fast lanes are trapped to bring death to the streets. After that, there's no sequel. His nose remains clean, he keeps money legal. He'll conquer his dreams to take care of his people. I'm moving on to my second poem of the day. This one's called His Life Begun Ever Since This. Sunday some say are for worship, some say it's a day of lays, but some have left that switch-off button hid inside a crystal maze. Smell the coin is the slogan that lives inside his lips for days. For tea it's fish and chips today, tomorrow could be lobster. Washed down by the finest wine in a restaurant out of Gloucester. The coin to such is valued much, he's on call like a doctor. He seeks to find the things in sight, trips aboard for the time of his life. He one day hopes to find him a wife that doesn't speak Queen's English. Though a Brit he's proud to be, and deep inside he means this. He flies afar where the sands are white, where exotic beauty there's much in sight. He's a man that much means business. Last week he turned 40, his life begun ever since this. Last week he turned 40, his life begun ever since this. And moving on to my third and final poem of the day, this one's called The Kindest Guy on the Earth. She must remember a book by its cover, she is not to judge. She can't expect a frog to transform to the prince it never was. Both she's the beauty and he's the beast, it just may seem to us. But to this day, I deem, if I may, not once has he betrayed her trust. He looks in her eyes each time they speak, where most guys just ogle her bust. A year had passed before they did the deed, don't have to take clothes off for fun to proceed. His personality is so in at her league, her friends often tell her she's glowing indeed. Each day for her he writes a poem to please. He woos her right off her feet, back rubs when her back is aching. She's quick to tell each guy she's taken when they try to flirt. 'Cause over her hills she's fallen in love with the kindest guy on the earth. And there you have it, your poetry fix for me this week. I hope you enjoyed. Until next week, short and sweet. Take care.
Poetry in motion, Sunday poetry in motion. Poetry in motion, Sunday poetry in motion. Poetry in motion, Sunday.